Well, I have finally jumped on the bandwagon. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first ever video on the second channel. And the plan today, we have got a lot of exciting stuff to get on with the Fox. But yeah, I just thought I would quickly explain why I've made a second channel and what the plan is with it. Essentially, there's a lot of content, like stuff we're going to be doing in this video, that doesn't quite make the cut for the main channel. Little fixes, modifications that are too small to obviously make a whole video on, and stuff that can still be pretty exciting, but just doesn't make the cut for the main channel. And obviously, YouTube is going in the direction of quality over quantity, so I do not want to post these sorts of videos on the main channel, but it's a good behind the scenes for all of you who want to see what goes on, and it's going to be a lot more relaxed and a lot more laid back. So, with that said, I thought I'd start by just walking around the unit and telling you a bit of an update on all of the builds and all the projects. The Fox, for now, you will find out what we're doing with that and what the plan is with it. But yeah, so I'm going to leave that one. But as for our two little beauties in the corner, Boris is looking very sad. Yeah, this car is genuinely like dying in a corner. We will one day do a mega Boris build where this car is like, gets the whole works, a new paint job, under seal, rush treatment, new engine, SR20 turbo, lots of power. This car will be beautiful again. We'll make Boris great again. God, political banter. Also, the Jazz. Obviously, the Jazz is looking beautiful. This car does have its issues. It's not completely perfect. So this, again, we will be doing some second channel videos on this car. Alongside that, we'll be using this car at car shows and also taking it to do a lot of our drag race videos, which we'll be doing very soon with the Fox, with the Jazz, and also potentially with the Serra, if that's done. And that also leads me on to the Toyota Serra. A lot of you might have seen this on the main channel, and it is absolutely beautiful. We are fresh off releasing the video on the main channel of getting this engine in and started for the first time. A lot of you would have seen that. I'm really pleased with the reception for this car. Everybody seems to have loved it. And everyone's begging me not to change the colour, which I'm not going to do, don't worry. And yeah, I think this is going to be one of the most exciting projects on the channel because, I mean, I know you already know this if you've already watched the main channel video, but it has doors that go up. And that just makes a car 10,000 million times better, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's my favourite car by far.
It is definitely, like me and Jav were driving it the other day. We're driving around the industrial estate, and it was just like, because it's got like glass over your head, it's just like the happiest car in the world, isn't it? It's
so good.
It's so good. Right, anyways, what are we doing with the Fox? Yeah. So, the plan today. This car needs a lot of work. Not actually, no, it doesn't need a lot of work. It needs lots of little jobs. And I'm not going to tell you what all of those jobs are, except for the first one. If you have a look at the engine bay, what can you tell me that is annoying you? I mean...
I'm seeing some different colours here, Jack.
Yeah, seeing some different colours, exactly. This silicone pipe is black. This silicone pipe is red. And it is annoying me. So the first thing we're going to do to the Fox today in this video is we are going to change this silicone pipe from red to black. It's a little difference, but it will help my OCD. Right, the first thing we're going to do is jack up the car. Now, you might be wondering why I'm jacking up the car to change a silicone pipe.
Why are we?
Seems a little bit over the top, but it'll make sense. Nice. Job's good. Okay, next thing, bumper off. Bumper off is the next plan because it's just a lot easier to get that off with bumper off, so bumper off. Right, we're going to spanner side. Actually, no, we're going to try and twiddle it off with our hands. Lots of salt coming off this, isn't there? Ah, there we are. That was easy. Yeah, my gun has got a really annoying problem, like the clip's fallen off. So now it just, everything just like comes off the gun. It's so annoying. There we go. Bumper off. Now, a few of you might be wondering if we're changing all of these to black as well, and the answer is no. The reason why the answer is no is because you don't see these, they're behind the front bumper. Yeah. Well, you can sort of see them like behind, like this one I think you can see it, like it's behind a grille, but it's not something I'm going to change because A, it's like 100 quid for no reason, and B, I like annoying everybody. So yeah, but just going for this one that's in the engine bay. That's all I want to change, that's the only thing that's annoying me. This one to take off as well. Also, another thing, everybody hates the fact that I use a gun for Jubilee clips. They get so annoyed, but
It's faster.
it's way faster, man. I've got things to do, come on. Oh, all right, that's off. Okay, there you are. There's our red one. Here is our new black one. And look, it matches. It's not the same brand, which actually is going to annoy me, but it's the same colour, so that's good enough. Yeah. So I'll take this one off.
Put it on him.
I'll put it on him. Okay, I think that'll be sort of the right orientation. What do we think? Yeah. Right, up he goes. Okay, just got to do up the Jubilees now. People are going to hate that. Gunning up a Jubilee clip. I've never had it break on me though. Like it's never broken. It's always just been efficient. There'll be someone in the comments who will be like, actually, I almost died by doing up a Jubilee clip. Actually, no.
Lightning almost struck my brain.
Yeah. It shattered into a million pieces. Oh, honestly, this is so much fun with my gun just not working. It doesn't hold things on. It's on. Just got to plug back in our boost pressure sensor. Right. What do we think? New boost pipe, fitted. It's got a bit dirty while fitting it, but I think, now if you look at the whole engine, it just is a lot less annoying.
Yeah, definitely.
What do you think, Jav?
Yeah, they match.
They match. Now, I know another comment on one of the videos that everyone was saying that like, oh, those red coil packs do nothing. I know. They just look really good. I don't know. I like the look of the red coil packs. I think it makes it look like a race car. Right. Now that's done, we have another upgrade, visual upgrade. Take a look. The next thing we have got to install are these very nice aluminium pedals. At the minute in the Fox we have some boring plastic ones, so I think this would be a nice upgrade. There you are. That looks loads better. Next one. There we go. Ooh, that sounded good. Nice. Clutch pedal. Boom. Da-da-da. What do we think? I love the pedals. These are the exact same pedals that are in the Polo GTI, which adds to the GTI-ness of the Fox, which I think is pretty cool. Now, the next fix that we have, the next thing we have to do is a fix. We're not doing another modification, or we might have another modification later, but we are doing a fix next. And a lot of you might remember, in the previous video on this car on the main channel, we sort of ran into a little bit of a roadblock with the mapping. We had a problem, didn't we, Jav?
Yes.
At the mappers. And essentially, what said problem was it said low pressure between turbo and throttle valve. Check DV, in brackets, check diverter valve. So essentially what we thought the problem was that our diverter valve was leaking boost pressure, which was stopping us from producing as much horsepower. So I have bought a new diverter valve and new diverter valve piping from the boost pipes to the diverter valve, because if that was leaking, that could have also been the problem. So I've got the new piping and the new diverter valve, and we're going to fit it now, see if it fixes our issue. And here is our new diverter valve. Now this is from Forge, and it's a pretty cool diverter valve. It actually comes with springs for the level of boost that you're running. The green one is the one that's just like sort of low boost. This one is sort of medium boost, like up to 17 PSI, I believe. That's the one we should be running, but I've gone ahead and put the blue one in, which is for even higher boost. And essentially the reason is I just don't want this to leak. So if we put a stronger spring in there, the likelihood that it leaks is lower. Anyways, let's get this new one on. Undo him, undo him. Ouch. All right, there we go. So that's our old one. That's what we think is the culprit. This is our new one. They are quite similar, actually. They are both from Forge. But again, this has been on, that was on, do you remember the old Polo? Yeah. This was on the old Polo, so it could be like donkey's years old. We don't know. Exactly. This is a lovely new one. And I bought it with my own money. It's £170, which gives me confidence that it's going to work. Because they can't charge 170 quid for something that doesn't work. We're literally just going to replace this first. And I'm going to inspect this for any leaks. Looks fine to me. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, it should be fine. I just want to check if this works first. And then we've got to get our vac line. This is what sort of opens it. we build vacuum up from the inlet manifold, and that sort of opens it when it's off throttle. So it goes, when you're going, whoosh, take your foot off the throttle, it goes, whoosh.
Yeah.
And because when you take your foot off the throttle, this throttle valve closes, creates a vacuum in here, and then that vacuum pulls through here and pulls that diverter valve up and goes, whoosh, and that lets all the boost out. Pretty cool. That is our new diverter valve fitted. So essentially, I don't think that is going to solve our issue until we clear the codes. There he is. Yeah. Exactly what I thought. So the EML, the one on the bottom right, is still on. But now that is done, we have 2 more big fixes to do in this video, and the first one is the power steering. So alongside our EML light, which is obviously to do with our diverter valve, another light on the dash we have at the top left is a power steering light. And I can confirm, obviously the car is in the air right now, so it feels really light, but I can confirm when we are driving this around the business park and around the unit like I've been doing now, the steering feels ridiculously heavy, and the power steering definitely doesn't work. So I have come up with 2 potential fixes. So the first thing I'm going to do is just check the fuses, because if it's just a blown fuse, then that's a very easy fix. But I have a feeling that is not going to be the correct fix. I've done a bit of research online, and apparently these power steering pumps, which just sit in here, see, this is another reason why taking the bumper off was a good idea. These power steering pumps often fail, so I have bought a new one. So the first thing I'm going to do is check the fuses, and then we are going to, if that doesn't work, swap over this power steering pump with the new one that I've bought, and hopefully that should fix our issue. It's number 3. Which one is number 3? Oh yeah, we can see it on this, is our diagram. So look for number 3. 1, 2, 3. So it's top left, 3 across. Okay, so this is our fuse with power steering. This is definitely the fuse. What do you think? That looks absolutely fine to me.
Yeah, it does.
There is nothing wrong with that fuse. I think it's that pump. So yeah, let's go and get that changed over. It was worth checking though.
Exactly.
So I'm going to remove the MAF sensor and the air filter just to get it out of the way. Also going to remove the battery. There we go. Okay, that's out. That gives us much better access to remove our washer bottle. We need a spanner. Should just slide out now. There we go. Okay, so now that's off, we have much better access to our power steering pump. So yeah, before we go and get our new one, let's disconnect the plugs. Yeah. Thank you. Look cool.
Very cool.
Yeah, safety first, guys. You've got to remember your PPE. Or else people in the comments, they will come for you.
Exactly.
I don't think this is a job for little gun. I personally think big gun as well. It's so good, isn't it? Like, this gun is just amazing. Now I've got to figure out how to disconnect these from the back. These are the power steering lines behind. You can see them.
Yeah.
Oh, got it. You can hear it? Right, that's off. There we go. Okay, there you are, power steering fluid's coming out of that. That is our old pump.
Leaking everywhere.
Yeah, it's leaking everywhere, all over. Oh my God, look at my hands. Oh dear. Right, so this is our old one that we've just taken off. Here is our new one. As I said, I have bought this second hand, so it might be faulty as well, but I am going to hedge my bets and say, if we do fit this one and the power steering still doesn't work, it is not the pump, because the odds that both of these are faulty, it's pretty small. Now, before we get this one fitted, we've got to sort of transfer over the brackets that mount it. So we'll get those fitted onto our new one, and then we can just get the lines reconnected, bolt it up, and then top up the power steering fluid and cross our fingers. Okay, so we've got to plug in this rubber hose.
Yep.
Has got to go into that. And then this like threaded thing has got to go into that bottom one, underneath that. You see that bottom one?
Yeah.
Right, so the lid goes up through there. And you want to twiddle these in. Okay, that one's sort of in. Okay, is he started? Okay, I think that one's good now. I know this big gun is a little bit overkill for this, but I'm just gonna give him a little nip up. Oh, I got it! Oh, we did it.
It's on.
Yeah.
Nice.
Got it. It's plugged in. He's plugged in. Should we fill up the fluid first and then check to see if it's worked?
Go on then, why not?
Okay,
Let's do that.
We're going to go get some fluid and then we're going to fill it up and check to see if that has fixed our issue. We're back. We have our power steering fluid, a funnel, so let's get it in. We've got to unscrew the cap on the top. Okay. What we want to do is if you check the level whilst I'm filling it up.
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
Yep.
Is that still
It's
going?
on the minimum line now. It's on the min line. Okay, yeah, it's just slowly going up to the max line now, yeah. Oh, that's literally pretty much bang on max.
Right, okay, that is our power steering fluid in. Right, so now we are going to put our battery and air filter on quickly and just check to see if our power steering light is off. Fingers crossed.
A few moments later.
Battery and air filter are back in. So now we can give it a quick test. I really hope this has fixed it. What do you reckon?
Fingers crossed. Come on.
Fingers crossed. Right, okay, so in theory, because we have disconnected the battery as well, so I have faith that if that was going to fix it, I think it would have taken it off the dash as well. But let's find out. Right.
Come on, ready?
Point out the dash. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Is it? Yes! Yes! We have power steering! Let's go! Also, did you see that our engine warning light came off then as well?
Yeah.
Mate, look. Wait, power steering off, our EML's off as well. Do you reckon the diverter valve could have fixed it? Right, okay, so the power steering is fixed. We have done a good job there. Well done us. I am so pleased with that. Right, okay, now that is done, I was not expecting that to work. I don't know why. But yeah, so now that is done, we have another big, important fix to do on this Fox, because throughout the time that I've been running this engine in this car, we have had zero heating. And the reason why, I'm going to try and show you with my phone. The reason why is, if you take a look, do you see these two, can you see those two pipes at the back? Mm-hmm. Those two metal pipes. Yeah, there you are. There's one, and there's the second one, right? Basically, those two pipes go into, they're supposed to have coolant running through them, and they go into the cabin, and they go through sort of like a meshy radiator, and basically the meshy airy radiator has air blowing through it. And that is how you get your heating. So the coolant goes through your cabin and warms up the air, and that gets blown into your cabin, basically, because obviously the engine's heating up the coolant, right? So, but because we've had those coolant lines disconnected ever since we fit this engine in, we've had no heating, which means, especially now, it's really, really cold. So we want to get that sorted. So we're going to take the battery back out. We're going to take the air filter back off, and we are going to try and connect up those heater matrix pipes to get heating in the Fox. So let's do it. So the plan is we need to connect a pipe down here. Now you're not going to be able to see that, but it's just sort of touching against this silicon hose. It's right there. And we're going to use this pipe to connect it up to the bottom metal pipe here, that one. And then the top one needs to be connected into this coolant pipe right here. So that's what we need to do. It is going to be a very messy job, which is going to be impossible to film. So we're just going to do it, and then we will show you when we are done.
Approximately 10 hours later.
Right, so we are now done. Take a look. That is our top heater matrix pipe going into the top metal one at the back, and then our bottom one now is coming along down here, all the way down to our metal pipe down there. So All we need to do now is to get our air filter back on, our battery back in, our coolant back in, everything bled up, and then we need to run the car up to temperature because I'm a little bit cautious that there might be some leaks. Essentially, we've got the Polo GTI heater matrix metal pipes at the back. Sometimes they don't seat very well into the heater matrix, so I'm really nervous that this thing is going to leak. But if there are no leaks and it gets up to temperature and nothing's leaking, fingers crossed we will have heating now. So let's give it a go. When our engine starts, if we hear drip, 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 drip on the floor,
Bad.
bad, very bad,
Very bad.
very, very bad. Hopefully we don't.
Come on.
Look.
Not seeing any drips.
It looks okay. Okay, no drips so far. No leaks so far. Good news is no leaks so far. I think we have to wait until the car gets up to temperature so that we know the coolant's fully circulating around every single system. And once we know that, then we'll know for sure. But there is one surefire way to test it.
There is one surefire.
And that is to check that our heating works.
Yes.
Now, obviously, it's not only been running for a minute, so if it does work, if I can feel just a tinge of heat, a tinge of heat,
Come
then
on.
we know. Right. Okay, nothing yet. So the engine's still stone cold, so
Yes.
you wouldn't expect anything.
Take a few minutes.
Right, so the plan is now, the car's been running for 5 minutes or so, maybe even 10 minutes, and
like
we still can't feel any heat coming out of the blowers. So my theory is that thermostat hasn't opened, which means the coolant isn't flowing around everywhere, which means that there's no coolant going into the cabin, meaning that we're not getting any heat coming out of our blowers. So we're literally just going to take the car for a little drive around the industrial estate and just see if we can get it to warm up and open that thermostat. Okay, so the goal is to just get a bit of heat circulating around the engine. We just want to. I just don't think the thermostat's open. That's why I don't think we've got any heat coming out of our blowers yet. Actually, let's put our blowers back on.
Yep. And pray.
Still not hot, are they?
No.
Just drive around. The best way is to just get.
I think they're getting warmer.
Oh,
Oh my god!
oh, they're working. Oh right, we need to go back and check if we've got leaks. Right, we need to quickly go check if we've got leaks.
Okay.
We now know that the coolant is flowing through those heater matrix pipes. My worry before was that the coolant wasn't flowing through the heater matrix pipes, which is why if we do have a leak on the heater matrix pipes, it wasn't showing up because there was no coolant flowing through it. But now, oh my god, that is definitely working, isn't it?
Now getting warmer.
That is definitely working. Right, we just got to check for leaks.
Yeah.
And then if there are no leaks, we have genuinely given this car heating. And the power steering works so well as well.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, we are actually mechanics, mate, honestly. We are actually proper mechanics. Right, no leaks, please. All it needed was a little drive, right? Just to literally get it all circulating. Right,
Don't think there's any leaks.
we're actually so good. Let's go!
Let's go.
Heating
Another
and
fix.
power steering. Yes. Well, that was very successful. We have fixed the heating, we've fixed the power steering, and I think we have fixed our diverter valve problem. The car is now ready to go back to TRS to get its final power figure, but we are going to leave that and doing that for another second channel video. And also, I know a load of you are going to want me to take this out on a proper drive on the roads because I haven't actually done that yet. I've taken it around the business park just for testing, but I have not yet driven this on the road to see what it's really like. So if you want to see that video, the first drive, and us taking this back to the mappers to get the final power figure, then make sure to subscribe to the second channel and you will see that video very soon. With all of that said, make sure to subscribe, like this video, and I'll catch you in the next one.